Hey guys, it's Monday and I'm trying to get caught up here, so I figured I'd do another song from The Cure. This Songs from a Lost World. I listened to the first song before alone, and I really do want to listen to the whole album all at once. I just don't have time to do it right now, but I'm curious to hear some more of this album. So I do want to take a listen to this. At some point, my dog is going to come over here and start pestering me. So let's see how long this lasts before I have to give in. Anyway, this song is "And Nothing Is Forever." So that the first song alone had just this huge buildup. It was really cool, and it was just like, to me, it almost sounded like the end of an album, and I wonder if they kind of reprised that at some point at the end of the song and do it again, or yeah, I'm too like progressive rock thinking here, where they're going to bring the theme back and you know and kind of bring it around full circle. Let's see what happens. Anyway, so I'm going to listen to this one. Nothing is forever. Let's do it.
wrap your arms around me with a murmur lullaby. As a memory of the first time in the stillness of a teardrop, that you hold me for the last time in the dying of the light. I know that my world is growing old and nothing is forever. I know that my world is growing old, but it really doesn't matter if you say we'll be together, if you promise you'll be with me in the end. I know that my world is growing old and nothing is forever. I know that my world is growing old, but it really doesn't matter if you say we'll be together, if you promise you'll be with me in the end. If you promise you'll be with me in the end. Slide down close beside me in the silence of a heartbeat.
Wow, that's a nice song. I really like that. What would that? That was maybe. Actually, no. It's probably in C. I'm playing it in G there. Um, that's really nice. Let me pause this for a second and get the right sound on the keyboard. I want to talk about that chord progression. Okay, I'm back, and so is somebody back here. Um, yeah, so it's kind of a touching. The lyrics are kind of touching. Um, I don't, and I mean, it could be sad also, if it's just like a memory, however far away, you will remember me in time, or is it just the love or what we have right now, if you promise me, you'll be with me in the end, then we'll go on forever and ever. Um, I like it. I'm a sentimental fool. I like mushy stuff, and I like this. I like the sentiment here. Just like full love, like that you just surrender to somebody. Um, that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like it's in G. the flat six or the flat? It sounds like it goes maybe to the flat six. Let's take a listen to it. Let's talk a little bit about the chords. G with the B in the bass to C, D. E minor, C. G with the B in the bass, C, D. C with the knee in the bass there. That last chord kind of sounds like it. Yes, C with the knee in the bass. Back to G. Really kind of a So with the strings doing those melodies on top of that chord progression, the chord progression is really nice because it's simple, but it's not predictable. I think that's kind of what I like about it. Yeah. Right, that's how it opens up. Oh yeah. Oh no, went down to the 4 chord. That's right. I'm trying to play it already from memory. I don't even know it. Really interesting, and I love those string lines on top of there. They're really nice. These little isn't that neat? That's so nice. Yeah, flat 7. Yeah. So interesting, and I like this. This is similar to the first song on the album, the song that was just before this one, where it had this long instrumental build-up, and then the song came in. I would think that in concert, this would be really, really dramatic song for them to do. I just it sounds great. It sounds great. That flat 7, that was interesting. That time I heard something like that.
Promise you'll be with me in the end. Say we'll be together, that you won't forget. However far away, you will remember me in time. Promise you'll be with me in the end. Say we'll be together and with no regret. However
stop it right there. So yeah, I see the lyrics on the first listen. I think I didn't catch a couple of things in here. Promise you'll be with me in the end. Say we'll be together and that you won't forget. However far away, you will remember me in time. Promise you'll be with me in the end. Say we'll be together with no regret. However far away, you'll remember me tonight. And slide down close beside me in the silence of a heartbeat and wrap your arms around me in a murmured lullaby. As the memory of the first time in the stillness of a teardrop, as you hold me for the last time in the dying light. So that's kind of a twist there. So at my first, at first blush, I think, well, this is just, this is a love song about, staying together. But this, you guys can help me out with this. As you hold me for the last time in the dying of the light, I know that my world has grown old and nothing is forever. I know. Now it almost sounds like somebody saying goodbye. Somebody who's maybe who's about to die or something. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. And as you hold me for the last time in the dying of the light, I know that my world has grown old and nothing is forever. I mean, that's kind of what it sounded like. So I again, I make it a point of really not doing any research before I listen to these songs because I want to discover them myself. You know what I mean? It's like learning to play guitar. I learned to play guitar just by ear. The only way, when I was growing up is you bought the record and you listen to the record over and over and over, and you pick the needle up and you put it back again and put it back. And sometimes if you had a record player, you could slow the speed down. It would slow it down to half speed and everything would be an octave lower. And sometimes you could hear a little bit more of the articulation and things like that. And then when all these instructional books started coming out like in the 70s and 80s and whatever like that, and it'd be like, I don't know, that's kind of like cheating, I don't know. And YouTube came along and all of a sudden everybody's, learning this stuff, but there's something about learning it organically that really makes it stick. So I like that method of listening to music. I want to hear it. I want to make my own associations with what I think the song's about, and then little by little, kind of, like a flower opening up, get to know the song a little bit better. So, and now on this, which is now my kind of second listen, my world has grown old, but it really doesn't matter if you say we'll be together. This almost sounds like somebody who's thinking about death or thinking about dying, or maybe is, right? Or I could be way off base. I'm sure you'll let me know. And then the outro here is slide down close beside me in the silence of a heartbeat. I mean, the words there, heartbeat, silence, they all kind of seem to reek of finality, somebody's final moments or something like that. So I'm going to scroll down here a little bit more and see, they talk about what the song's about. And again, I feel like I'm cheating, to do this. A song about the promise Smith made to be with someone on their deathbed. Yeah, okay, makes sense now. I mean, upon first listen, I didn't really catch that in the lyrics because, like I tell everybody before, here she comes. I tell everybody before that I tend to really focus on the music. What? I focus on the music and at the expense of the lyrics. So I usually have to take another listen to be able to hear the lyrics. This is Willow, by the way. Yep, she's a good girl. You're a good girl, right? Yes, you are. You're such a good girl. Yes. So yeah, I really want to do a full listen to this whole album. Yeah, I know you love me, but the licky thing is a little bit. It's a little bit weird. It's a little weird. Yeah, it's a little weird. And possibly slimy. Who's that up there? Right there. Right there. Who's that? Who's there? All right. Well, I think Willow's giving me the word here. She's my director. With its tail wagging back there, a nut job. Anyway, so on that note, like I think it's a great song. I like the fact that those chords are simple, but they don't repeat a pattern. The pattern is longer, so it creates interest as you go. The string lines on top are gorgeous. The subject matter is deep. It's a beautiful song. It's a beautiful song. So I'm really looking forward to hearing the rest of it. Oh, and by the way, I'm looking at the graphic from this. I'm assuming that this is the official cover for the. Do things have album covers anymore? Or this is the graphic that accompanies the download? I'd rather hold something in my hand, dude. How about some cassette tapes? I'm taking out my cassette deck. I'm going to record some cassettes just for the fun of it. I'm starting a cassette. Well, at first a label. Uh, it's called Natural Intelligence (NI), and the whole idea is that it's completely, organic music, no AI of any sort, and we're going to release music on vinyl and cassette format, and it's really going to just be kind of a small, handcrafted kind of boutique kind of a thing. So. I don't know. I got sidetracked over there. Anyway, this graphic over here that accompanies the download, it looks like, right? It looks like a mouth. It looks like a primitive carving was being carved out of a piece of rock, but it's not complete. So it's an interesting thing. Anyway, that's about it for now. I will take care of Poochie over here. I'm sure she needs to go out. She wants to take a walk and do whatever it is she does, sniffing away at every little nasty thing out there. So anyway, guys, I will see you in a little bit. Take care.